Good evening, y'all. It is 9:55 p.m., October 1st, 2024. We're going to go over Never Let Go. So, right off the rip, I had high hopes for this movie. Not just because this was Halle Berry, but because it was Halle Berry and I ain't seen her in a horror since Gothica and was inspired deeply. So, key things that stood out for me: rituals, spells, curses, mental, spiritual, physical. So now we can get into what we can see, because some people may not know what they doing, is ritualistic and mingling and dancing with spells and shit, with the wood and things of that nature. It all ties in, but they were eating these animals up, and they went there. Peeling frogs. I'm like, if they go there, I'ma be with it. But if they try to shy away from it, I'm not gonna be happy about that. Cause if you're gonna take us there, take us there. And they did. I bet motherfuckers teared up when they thought the dog was about to die too. I was like, shit, fuck it. You gotta eat. Sam was with it. Sam was a mommy's baby all the way. He was such a mama's boy. He probably thought his mama's shit smelled like roses because he was so motherfucking stuck to her. It's crazy because every time I sit and I think and I kind of rewatch certain parts of the movie again in my head after I've watched it one time at the theater, I start to like it more. This is the same thing that happened with Blink Twice. I started to think back and I just liked it more when I actually digged in to what I was seeing. They almost had you when it came to them about to eat that dog, because it was a setup. When you start to see them eat them bugs and whatnot, and then you seen they was peeling frogs and eating them and eating frogs raw and shit, you was like, okay, so if they willing to do that, what else they willing to do? It's the reason why they had that dog. When you see a dog, you feel me, 9 times out of 10, the dog might go. And I was like, yo, when that real human hiker, like, where the fuck he come from, first of all? You on my property, honey. What you doing? Hiking all the way back here and shit. I thought they was gonna be some cannibals. I thought he was gonna eat them. I thought when the boy came out on a rope, he was gonna eat. What was that man named? Cole. I thought the kid was gonna eat Cole. Luckily, they found all them beanies and weenies and shit in the backpack. But, like, where was this dude going? You had all this food, which kind of wasn't a lot, to be honest, especially for hiking out here. Like, and why the fuck would you tell your daughter to stay at the truck if you about to go hiking somewhere else? Like, what sense does that make? I'm like, huh? And then this girl come out of nowhere talking about, have you seen my dad? I'm like, she gotta be fake the way she talking, because the way she acting in this motherfucking movie, she need not be in it, because she sounds like a robot. Is this an alien too? Is this a reptilian? And you know what, thinking about it now, she probably was a fucking skinwalker. She was a reptilian. This movie was definitely reminding us of what The Village is. This is very, very similar to The Village, where they were keeping a group of people away from the inner city because they did not pretty much want them to be corrupted, or they just didn't want them to be out there in that type of world. So, some things going around, definitely mental. People thinking, well, maybe the mom was just mental and she just passed that on, because it was really life outside of there. And to be honest, I knew it was life outside of there, you feel me? I knew that it wasn't just them there. But my thing is, well, what's the reason that she's trying to keep them here? So then I'm like, well, I gotta figure out what kind of horror movie is this? Is this a zombie flick? You feel me? Maybe an outbreak didn't went off and it's COVID-16 or something. I don't know. Yeah, we're going backwards. COVID-16. I'm like, so she's keeping him here. Why exactly? But the thing is, she probably was most certainly seeing spirits. But why was the spirit a reptilian? Why was the spirit a lizard person? Motherfucking Queen Elizabeth. All the motherfucking celebrities wrapped up into one. That was that alien reptilian thing laying in that wooden box. I'm like, what are y'all trying to say with this? Y'all are doing a very bad job of really making me want to enjoy this movie, because y'all fucked it up with putting this reptilian here. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to mean something, because with this type of movie, you're not necessarily sure. Are they saying this lady's like a crazy conspiracy theorist lady and she don't want the kids to go out into the world because she's a crazy conspiracy lady? And because she is one, all she see is reptilians that transform into people, because you say reptilians are more than likely your neighbors or the celebrities that we are watching and fucking praising, and also the ones we see going to jail. I said all of that to say all of this. I give this movie a 1.5 star. I give this movie a 1.5 stars. Because why in the world, I think his name was Sam, why are you running after her? Like, my thing is, okay, you running after her. When you get to her, then what are you gonna do? Like, I'm confused about what the mission is here, Sam. Why are you running after her? This whole fucking time you was so with your mom and everything she had to say, and the never let go, which they said this phrase never let go too many times, which was why this movie was probably so motherfucking long. They said that phrase so many times. They said that spiritual wood ritual spell they kept giving to us. I felt like this was Hereditary a little bit, a black version of Hereditary. Mind you, it wasn't all the way black, because of course we had to have the white mother. That white mama didn't look nothing like what Halle Berry is supposed to look like. I don't know how it works, but does that okay. Sam, why are you running to this little girl? Where do you think you're gonna, like, when you get to the little girl, what the fuck is the plan? This whole time you've been riding with your mom, now you want to take the rope off just because you want to continue to chase a white girl for no reason? Your mama taught you better than that. That's why she was putting y'all asses in that goddamn box, because y'all wasn't using y'all head. It could have been a multitude of things of what I think this was when I sit here and think about it. It was definitely mental. She was definitely seeing things. But can you necessarily I guess pass down that same delusion to your children? Because I guess the other two children, they wasn't seeing it, but that doesn't mean it wasn't real. My thinking is we need to check and see what the deal is with the grandparents, with her parents. They're the twins' grandparents. Why is it that our mom wants to leave this house? Where did she get this prayer, this ritual, this spell from? Why does she not want to leave the house? What is it? What's the deal? Because it didn't start with her. It started with the people who raised her. But wait, is Sam like the son of Satan then? Would Sam be the son of Satan? Because we seen in that photo, which was so fucking whack. I think if y'all wanted to go with the reptilian route, y'all should have not went with the CGI route, because it looked really weird. And if it's not CGI, then pardon me. Whatever the fuck it was, it looked weird, and weird in not a good way. Weird and not in a good way. I can't even fucking get it out because I was just disgusted. Is the reptilian supposed to mean that there is satanic entities involved? Because as far as I know, we know reptilians to have to do with the Illuminati and Queen Elizabeth and our celebrities and the big wigs of the big wigs, and then like if you know, that type shit. Third eye type shit, but with the pyramids and shit. Yeah. So I think they threw me for a complete loop. It's just the CGI they used on the picture when we see the alien hand. I'm like, are you kidding me? This looks like a digital drawing on a regular picture of real people. What the fuck is going on here? Like, I was with them when they were cracking open the body of Halle Berry, when they were in the wooden box, and he was cracking her open. The Satan, the reptilian thing, was coming up out of her, shedding the skin like the snake skin that we seen. But then when it was the reveal, sorry, it's a city out here, trust me. When we seen what it actually was, it was a reptilian entity or a skinwalker, or a mimic. You feel me? It's plenty names for what this type of entity was and is, because there's different movies about exactly what it is. It's funny because this movie has a couple different genres in one, a couple different movies in one. Those movies that I named reminded me of this. The Village definitely was giving me this. I just wasn't thrilled at how they decided to put a reptilian in place of this big bad evil, this big bad spirit. So then it starts making me think, well, so the thing we know, all the conspiracies theorists, the thing that we know, or what we think we know about reptilians and who they are and what they are, and in real life how our celebrities are taking their skin off, putting their skin on, underneath they completely something else. It may not necessarily be physically, but it can for sure be spiritually, mentally, it can be all of that. So, are you saying those are the real evils? Is that why she didn't want her children to go out into the city, go out into the world? Because she know what type of bullshit goes on into the world. Or did she have some type of mental type of phobia, which I'm pretty sure it was D, all of the above. She had all of the above going on. There could have been some type of abuse with her parents. We don't necessarily know what happened to them, but when I seen a flashback, or I remember a flashback in the movie, she had blood around her mouth and she was kind of hunched over, and it was a quick shot like she was eating something. I'm pretty sure she was either eating her parents or eating her parents. I believe she was eating her fucking parents. But we need to know, what did her parents do to her? It had to be some type of abuse there. Some type of manipulation that went on, because if she's that much so afraid to go out to the world, to the point where she's starving herself, and maybe not even starving herself anymore, because now she's eating her parents because she doesn't want to go out into the world, because she thinks there's nothing out there to go to. There's got to be some type of abuse and some type of harm there, and she used to be a different person before she used to be a different person. We seen that. She had blonde hair. She still had all the tattoos. She had a pink dress, a short dress. Things were fun. So what happened? Why does she have to come back here? What is the understanding? I felt like this was a bit similar to Blink Twice in the timing of it. This could have been cut shorter. The scenes were a little too long. Things could have been cut shorter, because when it starts to run too long, it kind of seems awkward. It kind of makes whatever point you're trying to prove not understood, because now there's a different language in the room. It makes things awkward in what you're trying to portray. The movie did look good, and it definitely sounded good. The soundscape, the system of it, especially when that man was talking, which I guess was their father, and he had the gold, and he was the dark-skinned dude, Mr. Smooth and shit. When he came from the right side of the theater, I'm like, oh shit, what is that? Is that somebody in the theater talking that damn loud? You feel me? So I'm like, I appreciate that, because that's something I really noticed, and that really made a difference, honestly. Mama loves me more. That little saying that kept happening and kept appearing, that's spirit right there. This movie is very, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want to say it's hard to understand, because it's not. But that exactly is spirit. Not everybody's spirit is going to be the same, Not everybody's spirit is, as many people there are, could be twice as many or more spirits. So it's like something that was attached to them, something that had been following them, because out of nowhere, Mama loves me more. Just to start some shit. Just to stir the drama. But then people got to think about it. That don't necessarily mean it's got to be coming from mid-air. That could mean that spirit could be on somebody else, and that could be one of your friends, and they could be doing this, that, and the third to disrupt you from what you're trying to do. I understand the point, Halle, baby. I get the point you was making, But the fact that you use the reptilian, and it's not even that, because I could get past that you decided to make this kind of a hi, hello, how you doing, what the fuck is up to my conspiracy theorist type of thing, because I appreciate that, because I get it actually. But why was the decision to use CGI to make it look like that? That picture looked ridiculous. That thing looked ridiculous. It looked like a gray, fucking real quick, stupid ass alien reptilian painting. I'm sorry, I did not like it. We do understand that spirit is going to always be on that boy, because it's going to be on that boy. It's going to be on Sam. His ass decided to run off and chase the girl just to what? Just to get possessed like he did. And now he going to be fucking messing with his brother and leading his brother off probably into some bullshit because he is not himself, which he should have known. Well, I guess he wouldn't have known. But then when you say it's just mental, how could it be just mental when we see spirit? Oh. So some people saying that, no. When you hearing Mama Loves Me More, that's not spirit. That's actually one of the boys saying that. Nah. And the thing is, even if one of the boys is actually saying it, don't you think it would still be spirit speaking and saying some shit like that to your brother who you say you love, but you saying it out loud and shit? I don't understand why he's so... I get it because he your brother, but did you not see that he burned the house down because he wants you to die? The reptilian? And so where is the reptilian then? Like, who is he? Because we see it's a whole different entity. And Sam is not necessarily possessed by the entity because we've seen the hand on the side. So now there's two things to be worried about. Spirit and the reptilians? It's a lot going on. I low-key want to see this movie again. But I more than likely will watch that motherfucker at the crib because I don't think this deserves, or maybe it does because of the soundscape. Maybe it does deserve to be seen at the theater again. So far, 1.5 stars. Just in case you forgot. This movie definitely went left. It went left as soon as I seen the reptilian, Queen Elizabeth, Beyonce, Diddy, Daddy Dirty Money, all of that shit. When I seen that reptilian in the bed, it was a wrap. I was on board. When I seen the kids eating the frogs and peeling the frogs and doing wildlife, just wild shit. I was on board with that because I'm like, oh shit. They was eating the barks like chips. I was like, damn. That's tough. It's brainwashing. And now that I sit and think about it, it's like, what do they call it? Stockholm Syndrome? When you've been abused so much, to a point where your mind is just mush, or mush to a person or a situation that person may bring. And you kind of long for that situation. You long for that person. You long for that type of behavior, even though it's very, very bad and it's been hurting you. It's broken you, and that's why you still yearn for it. So it's life out there, and she's sitting here cooking up bark. I already knew they wasn't in like the olden days or nothing like that, because it just looked too crisp and clean to me personally. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't want it to be a zombie movie, but when I seen that lady with that slick tongue, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with this movie because that looks pretty cool. I definitely didn't think it was going to turn into sci-fi. And I'm sorry, anytime I see some type of reptilian like that, some type of creature, alien creature like that, I'm going to just think sci-fi. This was not horror, and it could have been. I don't know why I keep naming the flaws. The flaws were really, really big. I really want to give this movie a 2.5, but I feel like I don't know. This movie didn't impress me like I thought it would. And to be honest, I don't even know why I thought it was gonna be. Oh yeah, I do know why I thought it was gonna be great, because of the fucking trailer. The trailers will tell you everything without telling you nothing at all. While you go and watch the long ass movie, and yes, this movie was long as fuck, which is why I say it should have been cut down. You watch this damn movie and you like, what the fuck is going on? I guess that's the point of a movie. I really, really, really wanted to like this movie, which is why I keep trying to find more to appreciate about it. But looking back, the abused and rituals. And spells that possibly didn't even work. Didn't work for the children. Because one fucked it up. And then after a while, the other one fucked it up just to go chase some random girl. Because, what? Because of the mom died. Mom died, the fucking ritual and the spell and the protection and shit is off. And the evil is on. But who is the evil? So, I'm not sure if they were supposed to be from Louisiana. But, Miss Halle Berry was given accent. I thoroughly enjoyed who she portrayed in this movie, which is the only reason I even wanted to see this movie, to be honest, because it was just nice seeing her. I like seeing her play creepy, weird, super dramatic roles. So, seeing her was nice. Seeing her go crazy was nicer. But I'm going to say they were from Louisiana.